Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Mindy here. I hope it's been an amazing week for you. Today I'm going to dive into a brand new fragrance release, and that is the Black Opium Extreme by the House of YSL, Yves Saint Laurent. This is pretty exciting to me because I do like the original Black Opium. There's a couple things in it that I don't absolutely love, but overall I think it's a great fragrance, and I was extremely curious, knowing that the coffee has been amped up in this new version, what it might smell like. So if that interests you, please stay tuned and hear my thoughts on the brand new Black Opium Extreme. So what really caught my attention with this release is the addition of Bourbon Vanilla. For anyone that watches my channel, this is probably becoming a little bit redundant, but I do truly enjoy the note of Bourbon Vanilla. It's in a lot of my fragrances right now. I enjoy the booziness combined with vanilla. I think it's a beautiful scent, and in some of my fragrances, I find it to be quite sophisticated. So a note that I love, and certainly one that drew my attention to this brand new fragrance release. Now, I've gone into Ulta twice now. I tried it a few days ago, put it on my skin, put it on a tester strip. I was convinced I was going to walk out the door with the brand new fragrance in hand, and I did not do that. I went back today kind of second guessing my decision to not buy Black Opium Extreme, and I wanted to give it another try. I played with it. I have it on my right hand here. I have the original Black Opium on my left hand here, and I'm going to share my thoughts with you. Now, to be honest, I really thought that with the added depth and the added complexity, the coffee amped up, this would be the version that I truly, absolutely loved and enjoyed. Now, at first spray, I immediately get a burst of that coffee scent. It definitely stands out to me. There's a little bit of bitterness that comes through there at the start, and I think that might be from the cacao as well. Now, as it starts to dry down, very early on in the dry down, maybe 20 minutes or so, I do recognize that that richness, that depth that I was sensing does seem to dissipate a little bit. And I'm not sure why this is considered to be an extreme version. Yes, I think the scent profile is amped up a little bit, so somebody who wants a little bit more coffee presence, a little bit more bitterness, maybe a little bit less sweetness in their fragrance will probably appreciate this version, but I don't feel that the projection and the sillage is extreme in any way. In fact, I would say now, after an hour or two of it on my skin, I can definitely pick up the original Black Opium quite a bit more than I can pick up the Black Opium Extreme. That's to say, though, that I kept a tester strip in my car for a couple days after I tried it the first time, and the scent is still there. So I do think it has longevity, but I think the sillage and the projection tones down quite a bit, and I would not consider this to be a beast mode fragrance. In fact, I wouldn't think that the projection and sillage is as strong as the original Black Opium. One thing I definitely noticed, and I touched on this a little bit before, is that the sweetness in the Black Opium Extreme version does seem to be quite a bit toned down. Whereas you think of the original Black Opium, it's quite sweet, maybe from the pear, maybe from the vanilla. It's kind of like a chocolate bar, and this is a milk chocolate bar. I love Cadbury, so this is an analogy that I'm very familiar with. This is very sweet, it's kind of rich, it's dense, it's delicious. But if you try the dark chocolate version of this, I personally don't get as much joy and pleasure out of it. It's a little bit bitter to me. It's not as sweet and rich and creamy as I like my chocolate bars to be. And that's sort of how I feel with the Black Opium release. I feel like the original is sweet, it has a lot of character, I truly enjoy it. I thought the extreme version would just be kind of a deeper, richer version of that. But because that sweetness is toned down, I'm not sure I love it near as much. I do like it though, and I almost think my perfect Black Opium fragrance would be maybe 2 sprays of this and 1 spray of the Extreme, where you get a little bit of that depth and richness there, but it's all mixed and blended together to get the perfect scent. At least that's how I see it. At one point, the Black Opium Extreme almost reminded me of like a deep, rich lager beer with some heavy cacao or maybe some coffee mixed in. it was just like a really rich beer to me that is sometimes a little too bitter for my taste. So I do think a lot of people will enjoy that aspect of the new extreme version. But for me, I feel like something's missing and I'm lacking some of that sweetness that I crave and love. You know, I've always been a little bit lukewarm on Black Opium. This was a blind buy for me throughout the pandemic, and it is one that I like. It is one that I enjoy. I do wear this. I like to reach for it as an easy reach from time to time, but it's not in any of my top 10 lists of fragrances. It's just one that I enjoy. It's nice, but it's not a true love. And that holds true also with the new Black Opium Extreme. I do think it's a nice fragrance. I think people that find the original Black Opium to be too sweet, they may really enjoy this version. I think it's nice. I'm going to continue to test it. I'm going to continue to play with it on my skin and see if it converts over to a love. But at this point in time, I don't have room for it in my collection. I'm interested to hear from you guys. What is your favorite Black Opium fragrance? Do you like the neon? I know there's a couple other flankers that people talk about. I haven't been inspired to try all of them yet because there's a lot of fragrances on my wants list as it stands now, but I am interested to hear from you guys what you like best from the Black Opium line. Please let me know. Alright guys, thank you so much for tuning in to this video of the new Black Opium Extreme. I'm interested to hear what your thoughts are on this brand new fragrance. As always, I truly appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a phenomenal rest of your week and a fantastic weekend. Until next time, I'll see you soon.